Hi everyone, my name is Inez. I am a manifesting coach here at the Create Your Future channel, and today I really wanted this to discuss like the power of not reacting and also living in a wish fulfilled. So it all comes down to the same basics we always talk about: how your thoughts create your reality, your inner conversations create your reality, how you assume things and how you expect things to unfold. So, what do you do in these moments when you're having such a hard time reacting? Because we all know that reacting is going to feed off more fear, feed off more unwanted desires of whatever is going on in your life, especially when it comes to what we consider so big because, love or money, a business, maybe even your self concept. But we all realize that our inner world, it's molding and materializing everything that's happening on the outside world. And so whatever that's going on in your relationship, whether you're not in communication with your specific person, or maybe you had a really bad breakup, or maybe there's someone else in the picture that you have to take responsibility that you have created. It's easy to create just the unwanted things because our mind is so comfortable in that area. It's not used to the idea, and it doesn't even tell you anything. It doesn't like catch to these things like, oh, like, hey, Inez, like, you don't, you manifested this circumstance. It means you can also manifest the opposite. My mind doesn't tell me these things. Our minds don't tell us what to do. We tell ourselves what to do. And so if you're like not in communication with your specific person, it doesn't even matter how many months has passed, it doesn't matter how many years has passed. You have the power to manifest that communication back again because your specific person has no free will. Money has no free will. It's all based with what your beliefs are. That's how you create your reality. It's like the whole stories you carry around with you. Now, what story are you telling yourself throughout the day when it comes to your specific person? Is it something that you keep repeating over and over again? Because the more that you do that, the more stronger hold of a dominant story and a belief system you carry on in your life versus having to reprogram your mind and also working with your belief system and working with a new desire and building from that assumption and that story that you are the woman or man that has this loving relationship with their specific person. That parallel realities right now, there's so many of them playing in this moment. You have to be able to know which one you are deciding to live with. It feels so comfortable, like, in this 3D world, nothing seems to be moving. Nothing, like, it feels so solid and so real. But if you think of it like a movie, your life is literally like a movie. But when you're watching a movie, you see how you notice like all these clips that are playing are all different. It's the same way with our minds. Our minds are constantly being playing like so many clips, but we tend to kind of repeat the same ones over and over again, such as like, oh, I'm holding the story that he doesn't want to hear from me. He told me that he wants nothing to do with me. He told me he doesn't love me anymore. That's a story that you kind of hold within yourself. And your subconscious has no choice but to carry that in the behind your mind. And how do you get off of that? How do you break the cycle? Well, you have to revise the story over and over again when it comes up. And the more that you do that, the more that you stay consistent and persistent in faith into the new desired without having to react, the better it's going to be for you. I don't see why people react so much over something that they had like created. Even if it feels like this is the most biggest circumstance I've ever put myself into. and it's too difficult. In those moments, you think manifesting is so hard, and it's hard to rewire and get your mind off of like focusing on that circumstance so much. The idea, like, yeah, this is it. This is nowhere. This is not going to go anywhere. You're basically saying you have no power. That you're falling asleep without knowing that you have the power to create your reality. And just wake yourself up. Wake yourself up and be aware, like, no, I'm going to be in charge of my life. I'm going to tell my mind what to do. I don't care how long it takes. You don't worry about that. The whole main thing is to stay persistent to your end desire and living in a wish fulfilled of already being in this committed relationship. Now, I do tell my clients, depending on where they're at and their circumstances or in their life in general, if they're not in constant communication, but they want to jump into like marriage, I say slow down a bit. I mean, if you feel confident in seeing yourself in that marriage, then you master that down, go for it. But if it doesn't feel right, doesn't feel the truth, take some baby steps, work your way through. I suggest, start with the communication, because if you were in the marriage, wouldn't you already be having the communication? It wouldn't even be a big deal. Your mind would be set off to other things. It, it wouldn't matter. But I always tell my clients, like, hey, you have the power to create absolutely anything that you want, deciding what best version of your SP that you want. And if you want to continue to have, more faith in having the communication going, I suggest you start somewhere small. I say, get your communication back. Start feeling what it will feel like to have that again. Now, I know they say not to feel, you don't need to believe, but you're working through that, that will come natural. That will come whenever you start building into that momentum of that desired reality of the wish fulfilled. Now, one of my favorite quotes from Neville is, with faith and imagination, all things are possible. When I hear all things are possible, it's so calming. It's so like trustworthy, like with yourself, the journey that you have going on in your life. Um, just being aware, like, wow, like I don't I don't need to react because I know I'm going to be taken care of. I know that I have my back. I know that everyone in my reality is here to support me and support my desires. And just being consistent that the inner world has so many beautiful things to offer to me, rather than what's happening out here. What's happening out here, it's such lies. Unless it's something that, you manifested as beautiful, feed into that. But if it's not, don't give your power away. Start allowing yourself to bring that power back in and use that wonderful, beautiful human imagination or affirmations to recreate a better outcome for yourself, because you're here to live the most amazing life ever. So take that chance. Apply these techniques, whatever you have to do to not feel and feed into the circumstances that are so undesired, and get back onto the living in the end of being the woman that's chosen, that's claimed, that's desired, that's so happy and fulfilled. And this goes for the guys too. It's the same way. But yeah, claim your desire. See it as like God wants to give you these things. Your higher self wants to give you these things. And have faith with the unseen, that all things are going to unfold for you in the most marvelous ways. And continue on working with your mental diet through those moments as well. And if you need any help, I'm here to support you guys. We have an amazing team in this channel, and you know, it doesn't matter how many videos you watch, doesn't matter all the information you look up to. If you still need a one-on-one session, we are here for you, and I am more than happy to help you with whatever it is that's going on in your reality and changing it for you. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have a really good one. Thanks.